Hello everyone and welcome to a really delayed Starcraft 2 replay. I know it's been a while, had some real life stuff going on, but good news is I'm officially roommate less free, roommate free. I had too many wrong suffixes to that word. But yeah, got the place myself, so I don't have to be a closet nerd anymore. Well, I am still a closet nerd, but I don't have to hide it anymore, so yeah, means I can do some casting in the evenings now, get some more videos out there. Once I start streaming, I can stream at any time, so that's pretty cool. I'm sure my girlfriend will be here more often now that I got a place to myself. But yeah, sorry for the delay in the last video, but I'll make it up to you in that you're going to see a pretty cool game here. I'm going to face a cheese I've never faced before and have no idea what to do against it, so it's going to be some interesting improvising. But I guess I should set up this game. I am the blue Terran Ketroc spawning in the we will call it the 6 o'clock position, and in the 9 o'clock position we have the red Zerg opponent Viztech with a capital K for Ketroc. That's what I want to believe anyways. And it looks like he went 11 pool. Nope, he just went 11 overlord. Sending out pretty early drone scouts, and we'll be throwing on a pool as soon as he hits 200. Looks like he's just getting his drone count up nice and high first, working on the economy. So yeah, I'll be doing my standard opener versus Zerg, which is to throw down a 15 command center, and then work on getting the command center complete and getting a wall complete to survive Zerglings. And then if there's a roach or bailing follow up, by that time I'll have a nice little wrap here at the bottom of my ramp and a planetary fortress. And then of course use all that nice early gas into pretty mass ravens. And that will be the game plan. At the same time, I'm just kind of patrolling back and forth here, going to block his hatchery. The fact that he sent his overlord out here makes me think that he will take a hatchery here. You always want to send your overlord out, even if you're not going to take a hatchery, because it will screw with my mind. However, I did find the drone that was hiding my base. It's like, one drone entered, no drones left. Pretty sure I remember this, like, these math questions with like, people getting on and off the bus. Must still be a drone in my base. So I see what he was up to, and then we got a proxy hatchery. Which concerns me, because I have no idea what to do. Like, when Cheese Fails episode, when I did the planetary fortress counterattack, I never practiced that. I never done it in a match before. But I had that rough idea in my head where, like, I'm thinking I can't wall off late my ramp if it's both cannons and zealots proxied. So maybe I can use this money I was saving up for command center for something offensive, maybe an offensive command center. But this, I really got no idea. Honestly, my game plan here is hope that he cancels it. That's really what it is right now. I'm just double checking to see if it's still there. Like, maybe this is just his way of like canceling it last second and getting a really late drone scout to see what my production structures are, because I've seen that before. But with no expo down and a bunch of lings already here, I'm not thinking that might not be the case. But I do have my wall off, so that'll survive, and my command center, so that'll survive. Lord Zerglings can't do anything against either of those, because the command center will be a fortress before they can kill it. These SCVs I got stuck on the outside of my well, or I'll have to fend for themselves. Run away! Run away! And a lot more Zerglings on the way from Viztech, but keeping things under control. Got the fortress going up. And now we got this. And I have no idea what to do against this larva, because this stuff will have free reign in my base. I'm like, there's only one thing I can think of. Another planetary fortress? So it's fast expand into 2 fortresses. The ultra economic 0 mule Terran build. If you want to know what that feels like, try playing Terran without mules, and you'll see how ridiculously broke you are. Terran is so reliant on that to keep even economically with the other races. Throwing down a barracks here. That was probably stupid. This wasted 150 energy. I usually just float this down and put a supply depot in its stead, which is probably what I should have done. In fact, even put a bunker in its stead, because this wall, while it's protected by this wrap where stuff has to run around, it's not protected from stuff built inside my base. So his first screen is out, and he's even starting to spread creep around my base. I would actually inject. Kind of makes more sense to me. That way you can build a ton of units in here. It looks like he actually didn't inject, so he had 4 larvae. I'm just kind of poking back and forth with my Zerglings, or with my Marines, see if I can bait them in to my fortress range. And it looks like we got a drone on the way here, so I guess he's going to be building spine crawlers in my base. And spine crawlers can outrange a fortress. So it would force me to repair the fortress. Wouldn't be too big of a deal, but it would cost me an SCV and a little bit of repairing money, which is consistent money, and at the same time as getting a Failing's Nest. But you can see my engineering base spinning, so I'm getting the high-sec auto tracking, or whatever it's called, the range upgrade for fortress, which will make them even distance with the spine crawlers. So giving me that extra distance will help hit any like spine crawler that he puts in that magic spot, or even, you know, poke away at these zerglings or creep tumors if they get too close. And of course it helps this fortress too. Double the improvement. Bunch of lings piling up outside my base, a bunch of lings piling inside my base, and when I say zerglings, I actually mean baylings. So I do have a bunker, because there's no way to protect this wall from the inside except by a bunker, so that's why I put a bunker up here. Looks like he's moving the spine crawler close to my bunker too, which will be an issue in itself. But he's not going to wait for any stupid spine crawler. It's time to throw in the bailing bust. So the idea is to use the bailing bust, and that way dig a hole so you can get all this stuff from the outside. Tanking with the queen. Here comes the bailings. Here I come to repair. I see the bailings. I'm like, I don't think I want to repair that anymore. So he does break through, and the zerglings are ready to charge in, but a little emergency SimCity action here. Like, you want to come in, we're going to make you go the long way. And all those zerglings ended up being one zergling that finally made it. Doesn't look like my high-sec auto tracking will get done. It's going to be close. It's going to... Oh my god, Ketroc. So, instead of getting the range upgrade, I got +1 weapons armor for my non-existent marines. Well done, idiot. And it's actually 118 seconds into it. High-sec auto-tracking would have only taken 80 seconds, so I could have had the range of my fortresses. Instead, I have to cancel this upgrade and lose my engineering base, so any thoughts of getting that upgrade was not going to happen. But in the meantime, you know, when I got a Zerg basing my base, do I panic? No, I'd actually tech straight to Starport with no units. I'm so stupid. But the idea was I thought I could stay alive with the fortresses and see if I can get some Banshees out to get some damage done. And obviously the gas won't be an issue. Having 2 early bases, I can take my 3rd and 4th gas if needed, but I don't even think I need to for Banshees. It's not like the Ravens. And if I could eventually shoot them out, I could transition quite well into my Mass Raven build. I did wall off the bottom of the ramp here, so this next wave of Zergling reinforcements weren't even able to get in. And that sucked. He did take off the tech lab, so I was only going to be able to get 1 Banshee out, but this 1 Banshee... 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... So no Banshees made it out. That 1 starport went down. The other starport I had to float out over here. So it's just starting his tech lab now. So I still have no units on the field, and it is 11 minutes into the game, and my base, check out the minimap, is completely covered in creep. Throwing down a spine crawler to start whacking away at my wrap. Wrap's still important. I gotta keep this here, otherwise he can just keep flooding in reinforcements from his main base. Looks like he is teching up to hatchery and is decently saturated. A little careless with 1 queen, is able to get a kill there. And having to pull a couple SCVs here to keep this wrap intact. Looks like at the same time he's throwing up a spine crawler in range of this refinery, so that's going to knock all this area out of production. So no gas from that side, and he's got the same idea from the other side, so he's going to knock out that gas as well. Also being in range of both these geysers means there's no gas intake that's going to be happening for me. However, one thing you didn't notice is to make these starports you need what? A factory. And that factory has moseyed its way along to the back of his base. So we're going to be making some Hellions. Looks like I'm in the process of losing my gas production here. First Banshee's finally out. Against 2 queens, not well, but one of them is weak. Thinking about doing some poking, I'm like, let's not risk this. Let's actually pray this back to full. Get this Banshee count up a little faster. Banshee will kill a queen 1-on-1, so as long as I get enough Banshees, I can overrun his queens. He can only build 1 queen at a time from his hatchery here. Given he does have transfuse, of course I got repair. Gunning is spining range my middle line now, so I'm pulling all my SCVs to attack it, but that's not going to go well. I pulled them a little late, so the spine's having field day, plus he's pulling over Zerglings. However, I am pulling over my own queen to do some damage there, so this queen's going to help damage that stuff. Getting his queen way out position. Batch is doing well, and I am up to 4. Let's cover this name tag thing. I don't know why I put that up. 4 Hellions, and having a bit of a field day here. He does not have a whole lot of defense. So if we bring up the income tab, you can see his work account is down to 9. I'm at 32 over 9, given I still have no production, and he's based my base and whatnot, so I'm in rough shape, but still going decently well. At the same time, my queens are clearing up what's left. Looks like he had 1 queen I didn't quite kill, and that might bite me in the ass a little bit later. Yeah, that's it for the spine crawlers. Left 1 behind just to take care of this guy on the gas. Sending out another 3 here to work on the expansion. And that harvester count is down to 4. Down to 3. Up to 5. Down to 4 again. And doing a little repair on these Banshees. I probably should repair this with a lot more SCVs, get them done, and get them in there to start killing more drones. Because we have Mutalisks out on the field. And that's not good. I was able to flee my Hellions away. Don't want them to suicide to these Mutalisks. And he's all over me. Waiting for this engineering bay to finish. I don't have an engineering bay, so I can't make any missile turrets. And I have no marines. I really have no anti-air right now. I can actually cloak this Banshee. I forgot our research cloak, which is pretty bad. And now it's the Zerg's turn to have field day versus me. I like how there's this one little pocket left where I can actually build a missile turret. My whole friggin' base is covered in creep. How many games have you seen where the Terran base was covered in creep 10 minutes into the game? I do have a few Vikings in the field. In low numbers, Vikings are decent versus Mutalisks. They'll win one-on-one, even though they cost a little bit more. Once the numbers get a little higher, the splash damage of Mutalisks make Mutalisks really cost-effective, though. And obviously they're faster, so you can't really kite them. You can abuse the range a little bit, but you need somewhere to fall back to. And that's where not killing that queen kind of sucked. He's able to transfuse these guys. And too bad I can't multitask at once. I wanted to be able to kite these mutas at the same time and getting SCVs back on this, instead of doing them one after the other, and always when the mutas are right there. So realizing I have cloak actually coming out. Attacking some Zerglings, which is basically just freeing up useless supply. I don't want to do that. You can keep that useless supply. I'm going back in for some kills. Pulling these Hellions back in that I saved from before, they'll do some damage here. Pulling the new Hellion I made from my still unspotted factory. Time to get that Harvester count back down to single digits. So he does have an Overseer out. His timing was pretty good on the Mutas and pretty good on the Overseer, so that's the end of that. But again, back to 4 Harvesters. And it looks like these guys are getting away scot-free, and it looks like I got basically every drone. So he's down to 5 drones, it looks like. There's maybe some more on the way. And it looks like he's getting ready to quit the game. And are you guys catching the irony in what he's bitching about? Like, it's like Zerg reflex to bitch about mules. Where the hell are my mules coming from this game? You need a different excuse, buddy. Come on, set me up for my joke. Answer me. Don't just quit the game. Ah, VizTech. VizTech. I don't even remember what my punchline was, but I'm sure it was a good one. Maybe you guys can follow up. I want to see the best punchline in the comments. So thank you everyone, and more regular videos will be coming out. Expect them to be coming every day or every other day like per usual. Sorry about that big gap of, was it almost a week maybe? So that is how to win a game with creep spread across your entire base. Yeah, really my game plan was hoping that he would cancel this because I had no idea. Turn this into a fortress. Straight tech with no units. Why not? So with that, we will call that the end of this quite unique game. I don't know if this is stuff you see in lower levels, but I have never had a hatchery built inside my base before that hasn't been cancelled. Like sometimes they'll do it at your ramp to like keep you from walling off, or they'll do it inside your base to do a really late scout to keep the drone alive. I've never seen it completed and used for an offensive reason. At least not versus me. But come on. Hold on to Terry Fodderus. It's the one thing I know. If in doubt, fall back on the Fortress. Or Raven, you know. It's two things I got a little bit of experience with. So check out the description. There'll be a thumbs up link there. Something cool and happening in the Starcraft 2 world. Or just something stupid Starcraft 2 related that I thought was interesting. And for that, I will trade you for a thumbs up. If you want to throw in a subscribe to my channel or a favorite of the video, that'd be cool too, because any promotion of my videos without spamming channels, which I don't do, would be appreciated. I'll submit this to like TV too. Like, what the hell? This might get on their When Choose Fails series. So with that, we'll call it the end. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.